Hey, and welcome back to Emo's Garage. Today's spotlight is the Grabby Grabber. And one of the many uses I found is for ore gathering. Take your pickaxe and knock your pile down, and then take your Grabby Grabber and get on top and try to look down, and you can get the most of the material in one go. Got a big pile, and it's easier if you load it from the back of your truck. And boom, most of the pile is done in one go. And just continue on, and instead of making 23 trips to load your truck, you can do it in 3 or 4. Again, very efficient. And before I got the grabber, my wrist really felt it after doing many slate piles for my modern house. And we're all done. If you have other uses not seen in this vid, please let me know in the comments. What do you use this Grabby Grabber for? Tree gathering. You might not think to use it with trees, but I've got one of the new redwoods here on the new island. And these are a pain to chop, pretty much like petrified oak. They take forever, and they're super heavy. You cannot lift this piece with your cursor. Top, bottom, sides, any which way you grab it, you can't do it. Well, with the Grabby Grabber, you can. Must be the special anti-gravity effects. Does take some practice, can be a little tricky, but you can certainly manipulate big pieces like this and get it loaded into your truck so you can be more efficient with your trips. Well, that's on top. I hope the sticky bed works on it. Let's see. Yep, just enough. So I've got a huge redwood, loaded it with the Grabby Grabber, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get it. And that leads to schematic filling. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll copy one of the bocce balls up top. Plop down 3 blueprints. I've got a bunch of sanded oak here. And you could load it one piece at a time if you want to be very miserly with your material, but that will take forever. So once again, the Grabby Grabber to the rescue. And you can get a whole pile, especially those little pieces, and just run it into your schematic. Boom, filled. Take any extra to the next one. Grab some more. Boom, filled. And again, it's a very efficient building method. It's a good way to get rid of all these little tiny pieces without having to move them one by one manually. So the Grabby Grabber has been very useful. It's almost a can opener of tools for Oaklands. So if you don't have one, you might think about picking one up. I mean, they currently go for $22,569, but it's worth it. And that leads right into cleanup. Again, myself included, a lot of people don't like to do base cleanups, but when you do need to clean up, again, you can be very efficient and make just a couple trips instead of 7 or 8 and move whole piles either over to storage or out of your way. Again, there's not much to say. It's just awesome. All right, 2 trips done. And then if you're going to put stuff in your storage, I've got a whole pile here. Came off the refinery. So I'll just put this mithril on top. Look down. And just grab the whole pile, and I can run down my... Normally I'd have conveyors for this, but for this bit it's just very efficient. Grab the whole pile, split it up. I'll grab these 2 golds at once into storage. And then down for the mithril. Again, just a useful tool. I was a bit skeptical at first. It was a bit clunky, but refined it and tweaked it, and it's much faster. which leads to the ability that most people seem to like, which is movement. Here I've got a rusty putter, cost $49 at the junkyard, and it's a good starter box to practice with. It's pretty wide, it's big, it doesn't move particularly fast, and you can just top down look, and you can play with different parts to grab it. Now the Grabby Grabber does have a time limit, and luckily this does not get very high, and I highly suggest it as a beginner tool to practice your flying or movement if that's something you're interested in. Some people use trees, some people use slate. I like having a store-bought item because it's a constant. This one's cheap, so if you lose it, not a big loss. And there's the painting, and this is 1600. Still about the same surface area, but it's a little trickier because it's thinner and it does tend to move faster and fly higher. What do you use to fly? Let me know down in the comments. Now here's a real-world practical application besides just moving, checking out your friend's bases. Got a slate pile, just hop on top, top down, and then take your grabber and shoot on up. Now the main direction control is your mouse hand for PC. So you can aim down and you will slowly descend, but remember you got a time limit and it just went out on me. But easy way to get up here and do the cactus. Just chop it, throw it down, clean off the whole plateau, and then load your truck at the bottom. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my spotlight on the Grabby Grabber, a very useful tool in Oaklands.